Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChipsAndBricks episode 6 beta. I'm still an arrogant bastard, and thank you all first of all for the nice feedback received last few days on the various channels which are out there, left and right, the Facebooks, the Telegrams. Some people have called me. Thank you for that. So we're gonna go on with the new episode. We're gonna schedule us to do this now every Sunday. It's gonna be the schedule for now. And yeah, so for today we're gonna have a look at some parties again. First of all was the CSDB Unreadable Scroller Competition, and secondly we're gonna have a look at the releases from Gubbdata or Gubbdata, whatever your preferred method of pronunciation is. We're gonna start with the Unreadable Scroller Compo. We might pinch in a little thing at the end, depending on how much time we have left and what the playlist is gonna look like. And the first entry that we're gonna look at now is called "When We Get Back, I'll Drop a Line." And of course, everything today again is on C64, by the way, should you have missed it, because I like C64 and that's what we're gonna go with. We'll just start the entry and see how that goes. I have to go to this C64 screen, that'll help. Yeah, I think for an Unreadable Scroller, this certainly looks like a good candidate. It's quite unreadable. Not really using any side borders yet, but well, you know, side borders are for later. We'll get to those in later entries without a doubt. Very good attempt. Nice scroller routine overall. Just a bit unreadable, which is the goal of the thing. Up next entry that we're gonna be looking at will be by Bonsai and is called Fluffer. And we're coming up on the greetings part now. At least a bit more readable, might go against the idea of the compo, but I've got a feeling that this is more or less what the previous one could have been. There's a little bit more flow in the production as well. You get, you know, little starfield added. I didn't look up the specs or what you had to do, like file size or so. I don't think that was any importance here. Cool thingy, little thingy. we're getting started. Still, this is the we're more or less going bottom entry to first entries here. Next up is Wives Unchanged by Lethargy, and this is a D64. So we're gonna have a look, hopefully at some directory art. We always load the D64. No, that's a small one. Oh, there's the entry, there's a node, and if you feel like, there's the SID that you can immediately play for yourself if you like it. Previous one, music was a bit repetitive, but well, this gonna be look more promising. Unreadable, this certainly is. I like the fact that it's all in high-res graphics. They're not really sure if the top Lethargy logo is a bunch of border sprites. I didn't look at the border yet. You know, looks nice. And indeed, the music was added separately, and it is particularly nice, which is really cool, I think. Small competition here, and it's for fun. It's for honor. And every now and then with this entry, you can actually read something of the scroll text. Really nice. Love the concept of the pattern here that the scroller follows. So next one is from Genesis Project GP. Yeah. Undeliverable, unreadable. Basically, we're gonna reboot and look at what the disk says. Little Genesis logo, Genesis Project logo there, 59 blocks. So yeah, bit of a file size though. And yes, this competition was held somewhere in May earlier last year. Let's load it up. I said enter. Thank you. Did you read a lot from the scroller here? Not always, unless you know where to start. The cool thing here is these are all border sprites. Top border, side border, everything is open. Sprites are everywhere. Little bugs on the right side of the screen, timing wise, but I'll allow it here. They could have easily hidden that by changing the border color, and they didn't. The little color color circles in the middle, really nice. Saying, okay, no, we have some cycles left. We can do more. This is a really nice entry. Very unreadable, and on a technical level also pretty good. Actually, this would be like a pretty good demo part standing on its own. We have a few more to go in the Unreadable Compo here. Next one will be from Samar. Let's load that up. This one has, for me, great audio, lovely bass line in there, a bit of a synth loop. I'm probably gonna see if I can get this music somewhere separately so I can play it left and right and make use of it. It's really nice. Also, on a technical level, there's a bit of a scroll hidden behind a picture. Everything is moving. There's a scroller behind the picture with a little peeping window where you can look at it. I really dig those. A colorful logo as well. It's a bit moving too hard, so you can have a good look at it, but you can just restart the intro, take it from there and have a good look. This is getting good. I think this one got third place in the competition, so I guess there's the second one and the first place to follow, and I also switched the playing order around a bit to my personal preference, because I'm an arrogant bastard and I'm perfectly fine allowing myself to do this. And it's not welcome to my show, but it is, my show. Up next is more unreadable scrollers. What else? It's what we're going through. Let's get this up and running. This one, this next entry came in second. I really stopped counting the layers here. It's like a 2 or 3 going on. Lower volume going on at the same time. So you will have a sprite overlay over some text. You have the Atlantis logo at the top. Those are border sprites in the wobbling around in a nice pattern. The little spectrum analyzer view meter at the bottom in the blue. Maybe some colors might have helped here to give it a bit more schwung, but in the end I think this is a very, very nice production for what it is meant to be. Up next is an entry from Cupid. It's called the Lego Scroll. The name kind of gives it away. I wish this would have ended up higher in the competition, and it's probably it seems to have become. But that's why more people vote, and it's a fair way on averages to find out who gets first prize, gets second, gets third, and yeah, it's sad. Could have gotten some bit higher. To be fair, I didn't vote in the competition. I guess I missed it, or I was forgot it. I don't know. No excuse. I should have voted. I should not complain at all. It's my own fault here. So let's go on with the Lego Scroll number 2, and that's made by Cupid. I totally like the concept of this one, the scroller, and then all the little bricks falling down on random positions, and they keep the color, the way that the scroller builds up, how you put your bricks down. Totally cool. I really love this overall design, and yeah, I can watch this for a while. It's just nice. It's just what's about Lego is you build, you take out, you redo it, etc. But we have one more entry left to look at in the Unreadable Scroller Competition, which ran on a CSDB, the Commodore Scene database, which is the winner. It's by Onslaught. It's the Corolna Nut House. It's a D64, so as always, let's have a look. F7 and F3. Oh, there's nothing there. Oh, this is well, sad. Let's load it up anyway and get going. I would call that pretty unreadable, and now they're going diagonally, which doesn't make it any easier at all. Looking at all the entries, I think this is the deserved winner, looking at what was put out there, and released a very nice concept with like the little 4x3 pixel scroller starting first and then heading over to all these multi-scrollers. Technically very nice as well. Then you have this diagonal part, and now with the little smaller ones coming all together. It reminds me a bit of an old Amiga OCS intro by, I believe, Vision, called Can't Be. I'll have to throw that in one of the next weeks when we're doing Amiga stuff, because yes, Amiga stuff will happen too. We've just now started out with C64 for the last 2 weeks. We're gonna do Amiga as well, obviously, and yeah, deserved winner here. Keeps going on. You can reboot it many times just to read all the scroll text, and this will also conclude the unreadable scroller compo part. So while we're at that, let me just quit that music for a while. Is that all of this hardware is nicely provided to us by consolecables.be, who provide us all the cables, the power supplies. They help us out with the stuff as well, the different hardware and encoders. Check their website. They have a lot of love for all the demo scene stuff out there on the retro gaming. There is a discount code. Use code CB for €5 discount on a €30 purchase online. So guys at the Console Cables, thank you for that. Gubbdata is next, and what you will see more often is that if an entry does not get finished in time for one party or one competition, you will keep it aside and use it in a later thing. And this is what happened here. The first entry, Say What by Desire, seems to have meant for the Unreadable Scroll Text competition, didn't make it or wasn't proper enough. That's up to them to decide. And then they redid it a bit. They actually made it more readable, to be submitted to Gubbdata, which also was held online this year due to the ongoing medical situation around the globe. Let's start with the Gubbdata entries, and this is Say What by Desire. So yeah, as said in the previous episode, I really like scrollers that go under things and then over things. Is a nice execution, little bit of movement on the blue background added there. Good start of the competitions there. Next up is some Hokuto Force, and it's called Shadow Mind. that was Scroller Force, and what they also did here mention, my volume, okay, good. Is that there were very kind of satellite parties. You would then go what a satellite party, get together with some friends in a place, watch the stream, or you can have your own releases over there, centralize, just have fun watching the compos in general. And I think for Gubbdata, a lot of people did that. Satellite parties in a few spots. I know there were some in Holland. They were talking about of a Danish one here. Really cool. All in all, and with this production, one really nice tune, stars coming in, and then a little scroller there. Scroller Force, it's always colorful and happy for me. So there we go, and even like an extra greetings part as well here. So yes, and once you get to the credits and the greetings part, it is okay to cut an entry short in more or less every demo competition. So we're gonna jump to the next one, which is from Hoaxers and Rob Design. It's an entry called Oblique. Also not sure if this is meant to be for the Unreadable Scroller compo, because looking at how the scroll is layered, you might get to think that. Also the top and bottom borders price, the Rob Design, the Hoaxers, really big letters, totally awesome color cycle in them, going through the palette in a really nice way. And I think it's more or less going in circles. When you start looking at it, goes it loops around. They really thought about where to probably loop inside the table, the lookup table, because that's how you do it. Every Compo 64, everything is a lookup table because you have no CPU power to do anything, unless you're really good in timing and such, which I'm not. Cool entry, lovely colorful sprites, lovely logos here. Like it, I really do. Sensor is next with their entry for Gubbdata, and this one is called One. and there it repeats. Lovely border sprites here again on the first screen. It's with a nice colorful logo. Lovely sign over there. This is a one filer, so it's multiple parts. If just one into one big file that you load up. This is a PRG, not a disk file. This one here, really cool DYCP scroll, so different Y character position, all done in sprites, but like a really cool sine wave, really smooth, with the scrollers underneath there. Colorful, just does the job. Really nice mold production. I like it. Boost Design is next with their entry for Gubbdata, and this one is listen to your eyes. And if you like more scrollers, yes, then there will be more scrollers here, and this will be a really nice one. I just love this picture. It fills the screen, top and bottom border again. Then this twist scroller, seeing back and front of the ribbon. I think they're called big ribbon scrollers actually. Really nicely done. Lovely timing on a single bug. The concept of the pictures, which is also repeating the entire mirror ribbon concept. Totally sweet. This came in 4th place, by the way, so it's not even the Compo. No, it came in 3rd place. I need my eyes checked. No, still there. So no, this came in 3rd place. Next one got 4th place. We're not following the order that the results came in. We're following the order that I put them in here, and that's Shades of Grey by Lethargy. We're gonna have to reset here. It's D64. So that's the disk image. And 5 Shades of Grey. The 2 sits are included, but we are going to go for the main demo, obviously. And while the credits scroll, I like the concept of this demo tremendously. Just using the 5 shades of gray, which are in the C64 palette. Really nice effects. The rotating city at the end. The face that clicked left to right. Totally cool. And well, yes. At the end here, you finally get some color. And go from there. Now, not sure if this continues a little. No, it just keeps going on a bit. So next up is the last entry from the Gubbdata competition, which is my Genesis project. It's called Diagonality, which is going to be a theme for the next few entries, you'll notice. This is the Compo winner of the C64 demo Compo, old school demo Compo of C64. Really love this thing. Let's watch it, and we'll get back to it later with some more details, comments, and whatever the hell I feel like talking about at that point in time. Is it enter? Thank you. My enter key is stuck. That's annoying. It'll work. that was Diagonality by Genesis Project. Well, almost read the wrong name here. The winner of the Gubbdata C64 Compo. There's this thing going on with like diagonally scrolling long pictures that you have to keep loading while you scroll them over the screen, and this continues with everything is done in a diagonal way. You have all the scrollers, all the effects, color cycles. I would call this, I think, a deserved winner. I don't think many people have something against this not winning the Compo. Clearly best in Compo here, which is a bit of a sad feeling I have as well. Is with most party going online, you see that the type of entries are changing a bit. So you will have like little smaller one-filers which are made in support of the event, which is absolutely great for the record, and lesser of the, say, bigger, more elaborate, more worked on demos, because some groups, a big demo takes 12-18 months of work, and you want to present it in front of an audience. You want to have the actual live reaction here, which you can no longer get online. At the same time, not being able to release your production right now because of no people there. It'll allow you to even polish further or finish things, take out the small bugs that only you as a coder or as a team will see. I do think that for the future being, we will have some more nice demos coming up on all platforms, so not just C64 for that. So this being the Gubbdata demo Compo, this weekend as well was Solskogen, a Norwegian party. Also went online, and I quickly had a browse through compos over there, and I picked up one of their old school entries. And what I liked here, I saw this about Solskogen, is that it popped up in my Facebook feed that 3 years ago, which was the last time I was there, I drove there through Germany and Denmark, and then took a ferry up. For those keeping track at home, is that this was a picture that, you were here 3 years ago, and this was a picture of the Heitmarkhalle in Fallingbostel, which was more or less on my way there. And the older demo sceners, or those familiar with demo scene history, the Heitmarkhalle was a place of like the start of the Easter parties, the bigger Easter parties. So a mega symposium was there for a good few years, so that's a good reason and a good hook to look at some of the mega symposium stuff in future weeks and episodes. We'll get back to that. So for now, I'm gonna play you the one entry that I selected from Solskogen is Isometria. Have a look. And off we go. And yes, this is a very small production, but I love the concept of it. Is that so the letters going up and down is a sprite scroller, very likely. I don't look at the code. And then the bottom one, which the sprite characters will actually mirror, are Petsky, so text characters made from the ROM font, as you can see in the initial text. There's no special font loaded. So this is I love this concept. This is so simple. This is so beautiful. Totally cool. I think it actually, I'm not sure if it won that competition. I just threw the D64 in my playlist yesterday evening, very late, when I browsed through the entries. We'll have more Soul Skogan in later episodes, without a doubt. And for one thing now is that I want to go back to Gubbdata, because there were also releases for that party outside of the main demo competitions, like call it a wild competition or something else. It's what you want. And this is an entry by Bonsai called Expand. And what I want to explain here is that Commodore 64 on his own has, what's in the name, 64 kilobytes of memory, but that did not, limit the system. You could, and you actually can expand the system with more memory through an REU, or how you pronounce it. It's a RAM expansion unit. They came in various sizes, and this demo relies on an REU of half a megabyte, 512K of RAM. Now, REUs, as they are on their own, have become pretty rare, or you can get one with a smaller size, and you can mod it to have more memory and then use that, or you can use one of those lovely devices that Gideon puts on the market, such as the Ultimate 1541 cartridge, or the Ultimate 64, and maybe as well, I'm not familiar with the Turbo Chameleon, that could also add RU capabilities. But this demo uses more memory as well, and it puts it to a good use for that record. So just give you some technical background on what this demo will do. And we are on side 1, so we're going to have to flip the disk in the middle of the demo, and yeah, so let's get this going. nice tech demonstration. Also, we are not running this on an older emulator. We're running this from actual hardware, and the check routine is not, I think, doesn't really take all the proper things into account, because you cannot test on everything, and everything is not as easy to identify. If you run it in the latest WinVice, you will get the message. Thank you for running this in the modern emulator. It's about how the RVU thing is handled in between that thing. Now, as we mentioned earlier on the Easter project decided with Mega Symposium, next week we're going to be looking at an earlier Easter party. We're going back to the TRSI Easter conference in 1992. By the way, TRSI, happy birthday to all of you guys. Keep on doing what you're doing, and we all love you, obviously. Before that, also not forget, we must give fucking Stu Lord helmet, because it's a thing in these demos, which is now done, and we'll get to other stuff about that later. For now, this is gonna be the end of the demo show here. Put me back on the main screen. So I would like to thank all of you guys for checking this out here on Twitch, or later on the YouTubes, or any other video platform this might end up on in the future. I would again like to thank our supporters at Consola Cables, who are providing us with all the hardware needed here, all the cables, all the power supplies, etc., and all the video mixing gear. Check them out, they are very demo scene loving. And with that, I can only wish you a good night. We will be back next Wednesday. As said, we will be looking at the TRSI Easter Conference 1992. And then we will also be jumping platforms. We will be moving away from C64 for at least a week. And we will be going to the Amiga OCS, ECS. We are already polishing up our little Rock Lobster and Little June Bug for next week. And we will see you then. If you want to, where's my screen? Here. Aha, here. So if you want to stay in touch, here's our URL, ChipsAndBricks.eu, on twitch.tv/ChipsAndBricks. And until then, I will see you soon. Goodbye, and take care. Until next time.